You want to preview some games?
Imagine making what does he make, like 10 million a year or something?
They're not previewing. Oh God, we have
And
power
he just gets to
rankings.
cheat all he wants.
All right, Brandon, don't do anything. I have a legit question for you that I want you to answer minus the usual insanity.
Okay.
I had a really tough time with power rankings this week. Like, I know you forgot the Eagles. You just forgot the Eagles.
Did.
So I know I'm probably asking this to the wrong person. Was it difficult for you to actually do a power ranking this week? Because with what happened this past week, I was like, I don't know. I got no idea because it was tough putting the Lions in. It was tough, even like with the Jaguars, the Chiefs, and I was like, but the Texans lost. Like, it was very difficult. Or did you just go what you usually do and just throw a bunch of fire on your desk and was like, here's where the burns are. I'm gonna read these. Here we go.
No, it was pretty easy. Outside of forgetting the Eagles. Like, to me, it's always like, I don't really care if a team's like
Very elite.
7 or 3 or whatever. Like, my only thought is, who do I actually believe is the best team in the league? Easy, 49ers.
Yep.
I don't even look at like my last week's power rankings to, be like, oh, I had the Dolphins at 4. They lost. Maybe they should be in between. It's just like whatever that week and what I think that team is, I do.
Yep.
I wish Will, who helps me write those, would have been like, why don't we have the Eagles on here? But I think Will is just under the impression that like they're supposed to be crazy, so I'm not going to question it.
That's fair.
But I will say there are so many teams that I think are just like the 8th best team in the league. Just put everybody at 8 right now. Colts are 8. Packers are an 8, even though I said I didn't even think about the Packers.
Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, God, I didn't even see it. I saw the Broncos again. Are the Broncos in the top 5, Brandon?
Oh, top 5. You can't get me out of the top 5. Now, seeing what happened to the Chargers last night, I might have dialed back the Broncos hype a bit.
Yeah, dude, you put the Broncos in the top 5 after, like, they had a good game against the Chargers, and the Raiders just put up 63 points.
Yeah.
All right, so we agree with San Fran.
Yeah, I think they're the best.
San Fran. That's fine. I completely understand Ravens at 2. I was like, going to be up there too, but I was like, you know what? The Cowboys, they did enough. Like, I think that was impressive for them.
That's fair. I think they're the 3 best teams right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, every single team left on the Chargers schedule right now is praying they keep Brandon Staley.
Yeah, we're all
just keep him to the end of the season, guys. Don't fire him. It's not worth it.
Pump the brakes on Staley. My biggest surprise on yours was you keeping the Dolphins up there at 5.
Yes. So this is why this is so effing difficult. First of all, Broncos at 4, no. Bengals at 5, I put them up on the list. Sorry. Bengals at 5. They're 8 for me. I feel like that's like solid because they're a solid team. Like Jake Browning's doing well. The Dolphins, this is my last week giving them the benefit of the doubt, and then I'm done with them. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm like, you know what? You had a cataclysmic loss of a game at the very end. Tyreek Hill got injured. Guys got banged up. Offensive line. All right. This is the only one I'm going to give you. Browns, I put all the way up at 4 because I'm just like, dude, their defense is that good. And I'm just like, I don't know. Because tell me, I wrote it out. Tell me which team, where the hell is it? I don't even know where I put it. It might be on a Google Doc. Tell me what team. The Vikings, they deserve to be in the top 10? No, now they might because after beating the Raiders. The Jaguars, it was really difficult, but I was like, you know what? Trevor Lawrence was injured. So, like,
dude, I took him out.
Yeah. Like, Rams, I get, they were my honorable mention, right? Colts lost to the Bengals. Not going to put the Colts up there. Packers ain't going to be up there. They just lost to the Giants. Lions, I ain't putting up there. They just lost to the Bears. And the Lions have looked like garbage these past few weeks.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why I struggled mightily with this. Because I was like, dude, I got no idea.
See, I felt like I put the Rams at 10. And when I saw last week's, which was this,
Perna makes the graphic, so no.
I had the Rams at 11.
Yeah.
So without even looking at my last week, I was like, okay, I think I'm onto something with the Rams.
Yeah.
You got the Bills back up in yours at 6.
Yes.
And I put the Bills back in. I put them at 11. And I think that's just a testament to how good Josh Allen is.
Mhm.
Like, the Bills have underperformed. And I think we're all just under the impression that they can win some games here late. And if they get into the playoffs, they have just as good a chance as any other team to make a run for it. I'm not saying they're the best team in the league, but because Josh Allen, we wrote him off. We were writing him off, and now they're back in.
If the Bills beat the Cowboys this week,
Yeah,
then like all bets are off, because the Dolphins, I'm like, oh, they're gonna be tough. They're gonna be an issue. Nah, dude, like they come in and like they play them the last week. Like, yeah, I think they'll win, because the Dolphins are doing what the Dolphins always do in December, and they're collapsing. Like, I hope that's not what's gonna happen, because I like the Dolphins, but also I don't think they're keeping T. Higgins. I don't think so. I think he's gonna wind up going to a different team.
T. Higgins is a Bronco, baby.
Also, hey, the Broncos did have an honorable mention. I did talk about the Broncos too. They get a nod.
That's fine. That's fine.
They get a nod. Damn. Yeah, Rams, I get it. Rams, they got a shout out too. Chiefs are a weird team. Like, I felt like 6 was too high. Are you just trying to curse them even more so?
No. I'm just I set the Chiefs up. Said they have an easy schedule moving forward. One of the teams they play is the Bengals, and then I put the Bengals ahead of them. So, is it an easy schedule?
Would you have put the Eagles on here?
Yeah, probably somewhere between 7 and 10 right now.
Yeah.
It's just the way they lost to the Cowboys,
And the 49ers. Like, it's just I think you can make an argument for anything after 3. I think that's what the way the NFL is this year. I think you make an argument anything after 3, because I think you have like 49ers, Cowboys, Ravens, any combination of that with the 49ers on top. And then you can make an argument for the Eagles being 4 all the way down to 10. Dynasty. Let's go.
Yeah. From week 9 until now, the Eagles have the 4th highest pressure rate allowed in the entire league at 40%.
Yeah.
Then the team's higher. Interesting mix there. But I think it's something we've taken for granted, in that the Eagles just always have like one of the best offensive lines in football. And maybe their offensive line isn't playing as dominantly as they have, over the last 2 years or whatever. And maybe that's affecting how their offense runs, or maybe Jalen Hurts isn't playing as well, which is affecting the offensive line's pressure rate. It's probably a mix of both there. But I just think it's one of those things like it's so important for their offensive line to be dominant, for the identity of the team, how the Eagles have won. And we saw it, like, it felt like the Eagles kind of got exposed against the Cowboys. So I hope that's not true, because I think the NFC kind of needs the Eagles to be very good for the playoff to be interesting, because if they're not, and there's it's just Cowboys, Niners, like, just chalk it in for the championship game.
Yep. So, Judge, to answer that question, yes, Eagles need to win out for them to have a shot at the number 1 seed. Absolutely. Because they don't have it right now. They have to have it. We're
in must-win game season, right?
I didn't see that. No, I don't think that's true. I don't think it's asking Twitter. No, Joe Staley? I'm sorry. I thought I read it as Brandon Staley.
Yeah, no, that was hilarious.
Oh, sorry about that, Dane.
Said, please stop asking if I should be fired.
That's kind of amazing. Yeah. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah. Now, see, and Brett goes on to point out that the Eagles aren't using pre-snap motion as much as they used to. Second fewest in the league or some shit. So, it's always complicated. It's not saying that the Eagles line is suddenly bad. They just got to get back to doing what they did.